Good morning, everyone. I'm Jennifer Weiss with Limber Llama Yoga, and we're going to do a twisting yoga flow this morning. So go ahead and jump on your mats. In today's class, I'm going to be using blocks. If you don't have any blocks at home, feel free to use books or toys or even just small pieces of furniture beside you. You can also use pillows, sofa cushions, blankets, anything to make your practice more perfect today. So let's get started by standing at the top of your mat, feet hip distance apart, grounding through the legs, grounding through the soles of the feet. And go ahead and just begin to take and reach the arms up and over the head, and then lowering the arms down beside the body. Breathe in through the nose, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale as you lower the arms and breathe out. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, rise. And exhale, lower. Just taking a few moments here at the beginning of class to settle into our new yoga space, to begin to connect that breath to the movements. So really focusing on what your breath is like now. Not applying any judgment, but just noticing. Inhale, sweep those arms up. And exhale, let them float down beside the body. Let's do two more. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, lower the arms. Last round, inhale. And as you exhale, begin to soften those knees and go ahead and fold over the legs. Hands can come to the mat, can come to the legs, can come to blocks, whichever you prefer, allowing the head and the neck to relax. And just shaking the head, yes. And then shaking it, no. And taking two more big breaths here. We're going to slide the hands up onto the shins if they were lower. Begin to straighten the legs a little bit more, extending the spine, crown of the head, pulling away from the mat, gaze is down towards the ground. And then let's slowly begin to refold, softening the knees as much as you would like. And then taking that half lift, inhale, stretch out the spine. And exhale, fold over the leg. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, hands come all the way down to the mat. We're going to step our right foot back, lower that back knee. Toes can stay curled under for additional support, or you can bring the top of the foot to the mat. So coming up high in your low lunge, so back knee is down, and just slightly tipping our pelvis up just to open up that right hip crease. And then adding both arms up, stretch the arms up towards the sky. And then circle the arms down, bring them to blocks or down to the mat. And we're going to slowly begin to shift our hips back, beginning to straighten that front leg. And then we'll rock forward, moving from low lunge into our half split. Bending the left knee, circling the arms up and around. As you begin to draw that left hip back, draw your right hip forward. Spine stays long, just like we're in that half lift. And then one more time, just moving through this flow. And as we rock forward, go ahead and bring the blocks to the side. We're gonna step back into plank, pressing both hands down into the mat, keeping the legs long, or feel free to lower the knees down to the mat. Leading with your heart, come all the way to the earth. Circle the shoulders back and away, and then extend the arms towards the feet. Forehead can stay down, or maybe you're lifting a few inches, coming into locust. Nice long spine, think about elongating the body. Release the hands down, pressing up and back, downward facing dog. Feet anchor down, legs lift, maybe even finding a little movement if this is your first down dog for the day. And feeling free to pause and stay in the pose. Slowly begin to lift that right leg up towards the sky. Draw the knee into the belly. Step that right foot between the hands. And we're gonna lower our back knee. Coming back into that low lunge. And we'll inhale. Lift those hips up, lift the arms up. Really stretch out that left hip crease. Circle the arms down. Catch those blocks or mat and begin to draw that right hip back. Left hip is going to pull forward so that your pelvis is nice and even in the back. Inhale. Draw the arms up. Exhale, circle around. Next breath, begin to draw yourself back. Exhale, release over the left. Inhale, lifting those arms up. Exhale, circle around. And here we go, one more round. Keeping it close to the earth this morning. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, circle. Drawing that right hip back, left hip forward, spine is long. And then as you come forward, we're gonna lift that back knee so hands can come to the mat and step all the way forward, fold over the legs. Bring the hands up onto the shins, lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold. Soften the knees, rise all the way up. Draw the hands up and over the body. Bring the hands to the heart. Take a moment to just feel what changes, what shifts have already started taking place in the body. And begin to notice where your breath is. On your next inhale, take the arms, reaching out and up. Exhale, bow over the legs. Inhale, extending and reaching up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left foot is going to step back into our lunge. Lower the back knee. Sweep both arms up. And exhale, circle the arms around blocks or mat, any height. If you feel things have started shifting and opening, you can begin to kind of shift and change the body in a low lunge. Perhaps you're letting your hips go a little lower. And into that half split. Maybe you've changed where you're bringing your hands, or perhaps you're sliding the foot and the knee a little further apart. Inhale, sweeping the arms up into the circle. Exhale as you complete it around. Inhale, drawing those hips back. Exhale as you pause over. Inhale, reach up. And exhale one more time over the right leg. As we rock forward, we're going to pass through plank. Pressing the hands down into the mat. You're going to find a little rounding in the upper back. Keep the legs straight, lower the knees. Begin to come down to the earth. Tops of the feet rest. Draw those shoulder blades back and away. Extend the arms, reach towards the toes. Palms are facing the body. No tension in the neck. Release the hands down beside the body, pressing up and back, downward facing dog. Maybe again, just finding a little movement here, bending and straightening the legs. Maybe bending both knees as you extend from fingertips to the tailbone. And then slowly begin to straighten both legs. Left leg will reach all the way up to the sky. Pull the knee in, step it between the hands. Draw that back knee down to the mat. Both arms reach up into that low lunge. Exhale, making our way into our half splits. So rocking those hips back. Left hip draws back as the right hip draws forward. Spine is long. Shin curls in. Inhale. Reach up and back. Next breath. Go ahead and rock back. Inhale starts. Exhale lands. Inhale. Feel that extension and exhale bow. One more time. And then as we come forward, we can take our props to the side. Back knee is gonna lift. Step forward, fold over the legs. Rising up halfway. And lower. Soften your knees and come all the way up. Extend the arms up and over the head. Hands to the heart. And then we'll take one more round to each side of our earthy grounding flow and just pick up a little bit of some speed here. So we'll inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, bow over the legs. Inhale, extend the spine, gaze down at the mat, and begin to refold over the legs. Hands to the mat, right foot will step back, lower that back knee. Let the breath reach those arms up, lift up out of those hips, circle the arms around, bring them to blocks, to the mat, and then extend over the front leg, half splits. 2 more times. Inhaling, sweeping those arms up, around, and extending back. Inhale. Exhale. And then as you come forward, making our way into plank. Step back nice and strong, lowering down to the earth, circling our shoulders back and away. Extend the arms towards the feet. Option here if you would like to lift the feet with the legs or with the arms. One more breath. Release the hands down, pressing up and back, downward facing dog. Enjoy a breath here. And then right leg will extend up towards the sky. Hug the knee and step forward. Lower the back knee down to the mat. Both arms are going to reach up to the sky. Circle the arms down. Begin to rock those hips back, opening up both the front and the back of the legs. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, circle around. And we've got one more round. Arms reach high. Circle. And pause over the legs. As we rock forward, lift that back knee. Step forward and fold. Press the hands into the shins, lengthen our pathway. And then begin to refold. Soften the knees, rise to standing. Extend the arms, bring the hands into the heart. One more round on our left side. Arms extend out and up. And fold over the legs. Inhale, extend, reaching that crown of the head away from the body. And then slowly melt over the legs. Left foot steps back. Lower the back knee. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, circle around. And then slowly begin to draw that right hip back as you fold over the front leg. Inhale. And exhale. One more round. Sweeping those arms up, around. Drawing those hips back, straightening the front leg. And then as you come forward, stepping it back into plank, pressing into the mat, getting that good form, and then lowering down to the mat. Tops of the feet rest. Circle your shoulders back and away. Maybe rising a few inches as you extend the arms back. And again, feet can stay down or lift with the body. Think about length versus how high you're reaching. And then release the hands down, soften the back, pressing up and back, downward facing dog. Left foot reaches up towards the sky. Hug the knee in, step it between the hands. Lower the back knee. Arms reach up, circle around. Bring those hands down to the blocks or mat. Begin to hug that left hip back. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, circle around. Inhale. Exhale. And as we rock forward, begin to lift that back knee. Step forward, fold over the legs. Press the hands into the shins, lengthen the spine, and fold. And then let's come all the way up, reach the arms up and over the head, bringing the hands into the heart. Pause for a moment. And then from our standing, we're going to step the feet the width of our mat, and turning the toes out, and I'll turn towards you. Turning our toes out slightly. Taking and reaching those arms up and over the head. Bring the hands right down through the center of the body as you begin to squat, sending your tailbone back behind you. Press into the feet. Reach those arms out and up. Exhale into squat, sit back, warming up our deeper quads here. Inhale. Exhale. Each round, just kind of playing around with where your edge is, where it feels good to pause. And let's take one more, reaching those arms up. And here we're gonna pause in that space that feels not too easy, but not too hard, whether that's halfway in your squat, all the way down to the mat, into Malasana. So finding anywhere that feels really good and just pausing. Pressing into the feet, using the arms to help prop against the legs and extending up and out of the lower back. Bring the hands down to the mat, begin to heel toe the legs towards each other and hang over the legs. You can grab either elbow if that feels all right and just sway side to side. And then from here, bring the hands down to the mat, stepping one foot, the other one back, downward facing dog. Extending up from the fingertips, up through the arms. Sending that space, that length up through the spine, through to the tailbone. And then lastly, beginning to settle those heels down and away. Go ahead and lower the knees down to the mat. And we're just going to bring our legs forward. So transitioning here. We're going to roll all the way down onto our back. And then let's go ahead and bring our knees in first. So bringing our knees into our body and then bringing them out so that the knees are stacked right over the hips. You can flex the feet if you would like, or just soften feet. And then bringing the arms out to a T, palms down. Take a deep breath in. And we're going to slowly begin to lower the knees. Let's start with the left side. So lowering the knees towards the left and just hovering above the ground, or maybe hovering a lot above the ground. And then draw those knees in towards the center. Exhale, begin to let them tip over towards the right side. Inhale. Exhale. So here we're using our side waist, our obliques, to not only stretch, but to strengthen. So as they begin to roll over to one side, you feel that lengthening. And then as you draw the legs back up, you feel the strength into that side waist. So moving from side to side with each breath, nice and slow. And we can stay exactly as is, or we're going to begin to layer some other options on our next round to moving towards the left. If you would like, your top foot, your right leg can extend towards the side. And then hugging that foot, that knee back in. And then as you move to the right side, left leg extend. And in. So just one leg extending on each side. Or again, both knees can stay bent. Anytime you need a break, pause, rejoin us. And then finally, adding to this would be a double leg extension. So we have both knees bent, one leg, or now as you extend to one side, extending two legs, out and then in. Listen to your lower back. If you feel any pulling, any tugging, just return to one of the stages from before. Let's do one more round to each side. Bring it all in. Wrap the arms around the legs. Maybe rock a little side to side, forward, back, even circle. And then from here, just either rocking up to sit or rolling to one side to come up to sit. And we're gonna bring our legs behind us. Back into downward facing dog. But as you begin to come up into your down dog, notice the change and the difference in the side waist. As you begin to lift up and out of the palms, notice this extra kind of like lift through the abdominals. And then from here, let's walk all the way forward. Pausing over the legs. Inhale, rising up halfway. And exhale. And let's come all the way up to stand, reaching those arms up and over the head. Bring the hands into the heart. And I'll turn to face you. So we're going to do a little side waist opening. So taking the arms up and over the head. Catch the right catch the right wrist with the left hand. And we're gonna step right foot behind the body. So you're gonna lift straight up. And then as you exhale, begin to bend and bow out that entire right side. Take another deep breath in and out. Release the hands down. We're gonna reach back up, catching now the left wrist. Left hand will step behind, pressing down through the feet. Feel that elongation, and then slowly begin to tip yourself over towards the right as you open your left side. Release the hands. Take both arms up. And then let's fold forward. Pressing the hands into the shins, lengthen up halfway. And then from here, we're gonna step it all the way back, downward facing dog. Right leg reaches up to the sky. Draw the knee in, step the foot between the hands. We're gonna come all the way up in warrior one. So back foot's gonna angle out, and both arms are gonna reach up. So bringing the hands down to the waist. We wanna turn our hips a little more forward. So don't need to have this heel to arch placement of feet. You can walk your right foot out to the right a little bit more and have a little bit more space to turn those hips forward. Ground through that back leg, lift up through the kneecap. Begin to turn, add the arms up. Take a deep breath in and exhale just the arms. So feeling that strong foundation through the legs. Arms are swaying up and down. Inhale, rising. And exhale, lowering. Nice job. One more. Let's bring both hands down to the waist. So waist is up here. Now we're gonna bring our right hand into our right hip crease. So hip crease is down below the waistband. And I want you to draw that entire hip back as you begin to straighten the right leg. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Take another full breath in. And this time as you exhale, begin to take the whole torso with you, drawing that right hip back. Finding that extension. Press down through the feet as you rise up. Exhale, right hip back, spine is long. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do one more of those. And from here, let's bring that left hand all the way down, either to the mat or to a block, but to the inside of your foot. So right hip is hugging back. If this feels too much, step that back foot in just to shorten the base. Hips again turning forward, planting that left hand. Begin to turn your chest, turn your belly towards the right. Gaze can be towards the right as well. Hand can stay at the hip crease, or you can extend your right arm up towards the sky for twisted triangle. Pressing down to anchor, and then feel that extension through the arms, through the legs. Begin to open and unwind. One more breath. Begin to take that right hand all the way down to the mat. Let's pause over the front leg. And then from here, let's step right foot back into downward facing dog. And extending those legs, rocking it out. We're gonna move on to the other side. So the left leg will reach up to the sky. Hug the knee in, step forward. And again, first setting up warrior one. So we're gonna pivot on our back foot, bring those arms up, and then feeling out the hips. If we need more space, walk our front foot to the left a little bit more. Walk that back foot in to feel more stable, but anchoring down, extend the arms up, and then with the exhale, release the arms down. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, draw the arms up, keep pressing into the outer edge of your back foot, and down. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, both hands coming to the waist. And then from here, begin to straighten that front leg. And we're gonna make sure our left hand is in our left hip crease and drawing that left hip back, drawing that right hip forward. And again, if this doesn't feel good at this stance, walk that back foot in a little bit. We're gonna extend the right arm up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. As you begin to bow, draw that left hip back. Extend forward. Press down, reach up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Up. And then this time as you come down, let that right hand come all the way down to the inside of the foot. You can bring it to a block or to the mat. Left hip pulls back. Slowly begin to turn your gaze, turn your heart over towards the left side. Hand can stay at the hip crease, or you can release it up towards the sky. So finding that extension through both legs, through the arms, opening up the heart, opening up the belly. Nice even breath in and an even breath out. Bring the top arm down, fold over the front leg with or without blocks, pausing and releasing. And then from here, we're gonna soften that front knee, step it all the way back, downward facing dog. So from our down dog, coming up onto those tippy toes, roll forward into plank. From our plank, let's come all the way down to the mat. Tops of the feet rest. Circle the shoulders back and away, maybe finding a low but really strong cobra. So the shoulder blades are close together, elbows pressing back, and maybe this is a small to medium but really strong cobra. And then from here, let's press it back and up, downward facing dog. And then from here, let's either jump or walk the feet or step the feet to the top of the mat, folding over the legs. Soften the knees, come all the way up. Reach the arms up to the sky, hands to the heart. And we're going to move into chair pose. So either legs together or keeping the legs hip distance. Begin to slowly send your hips back, keeping the hands at your heart. So spine is nice and long, pausing in our chair pose. And we're gonna pretend that we're on our paddleboard and we're gonna row. So grabbing that oar and we're just gonna dip it down into the water and back. Take it over to the right side. So legs are nice and strong. Feeling that twist in the torso as we go from side to side. Rowing and moving. And when you get to your right side, go ahead and bring both hands to the outside of your leg. So beginning to set up that twisted chair so hands can stay on the outside of the leg. Or if there is a little bit more opening, slide that left hand to the outside of the knee. Hands can come to prayer. Pausing in any place. Extending through the spine, through the crown of the head. And then from here, we're going right back into our chair pose, starting with those hands at our heart, and then extend it all the way up and out. Nice. We're gonna do that again. So hands at the heart. Begin to set those hips back, coming into our chair pose. There's a little draw into the belly. We're not overarching or underarching into the low back. It's just a neutral spine. Okay? And then beginning on that right side, paddling, and then left. Each time making sure that we're shifting some of that weight into the balls, into the heels of the feet. Inhaling, exhaling, staying nice and strong. When you come back to that left side, again, starting with the hands, maybe bringing them just to the outside of the hips, pausing and turning your heart towards that left side, or hooking your right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Hands come to prayer. Finding a space where the breath can be even, maybe a little challenged, but there is still movement. And then from here, let's slowly bring the hands down towards the mat. Begin to just shake out the legs, shake out the head. Hands can be up at the thighs. And then pressing the hands into the shins, lengthen the spine out. Go ahead and fold. We're gonna step one foot and then the other one back, downward facing dog. From our down dog, roll forward into plank. Coming all the way down to the earth. Circle the shoulders back. And then from here, we're going to extend the arms, interlace the fingers, pressing the hands towards the toes, extending the toes back, and then releasing both hands. Press up and back, downward facing dog. From here, right leg's gonna reach up to the sky. Hug that knee in. Step forward, warrior one. So we've been there. We're reaching the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, lower the hands, begin to straighten that front leg. Feel free to step the back foot in. Inhale, reach those arms up, rebend the front knee, warrior one. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Nice. Inhale. And exhale, so just working with bending and straightening that front leg. And then pausing with the straight leg. We're going to take both arms up. Begin to shift halfway forward over that front leg. Add a little bend into that front knee. We're going to lift up off the back foot into warrior three. So flex that back foot. Extend the spine. Extend the arms. If this is too much, you've got blocks or some sort of prop below you. You can bring them right underneath your shoulders. Press into those. Keeping the spine long. There can be a little bend in that standing leg. One more breath. We're going to slowly begin to step that foot back, passing through a high lunge. So we're on the ball of our back foot. Reach those arms up towards the sky. And then let's bring both hands down to the mat. Lower the back knee. Back toes can stay curled if you'd like, or tops of the feet come to the mat. Reach both arms up. And exhale. Hands down. We're going to bring our left hand down to the mat or to the block. Right foot, walk it out just a little wider. And then bring that right hand to the inside of the foot. And our right hand is going to reach straight up and slowly begin to draw a circle behind you. So create a little bit more space in the hips. So feel as though you've got this paintbrush in your right arm and you're just drawing a gigantic circle as you twist towards the right. Bring in hands to blocks or hands to the mat. Stay with this variation, or if you would like, the back foot can lift off the mat. Hand, right hand, left foot can catch, and you can find a little movement here. Rocking forward, exhaling, opening the heart, opening the body out to the right. So a little twisted low lunge. One more in either variation, circling the arm or catching the back foot. And then everyone releasing. Let's slide. Let's go into our half splits. Let's maybe slide that back knee back, front foot forward, working towards a full split. So if a full split is in your practice, feel free to go there. Otherwise, staying up on that back knee, you can bring your blocks to any height closer to the hips and just begin to explore, taking it a little further. Roll those shoulders back. And then if you would like, bowing over the front leg. Coming into a little deeper, full split, half split, wherever your hamstrings are today, wherever your hip flexors are as well. And taking in some nice deep breaths. And then from here, let's press into the floor, press into the blocks as you slide your foot and knee a little closer together. And taking that right foot all the way behind you. Just extend it out. You can move it if you'd like. And then bring both knees down to the mat. Let's go ahead and come all the way down to the mat. So extending both legs, peel those shoulders back and away, extending the arms back. So we've been playing a lot with locusts. Arms can stay extended. You can interlace the fingers, or if you would like, we're working towards bow pose on our next round. So you want to go ahead and play with that. But just opening up the chest, feeling that extension through the spine, and then releasing everything down. We'll meet back, downward facing dog. Left leg will reach up to the sky. Hug that knee in. Step forward, warrior one. So planting that back foot, arms extend up. Beginning with just straightening that front leg as we bring the arms down. Rebending as the arms reach up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And just getting that feel for that movement. Rebending, lifting up. And then this time, keeping the legs straight, we'll reach the arms up. And we're going to make our way into warrior three. So from here, bowing halfway forward. So extension through that spine, beginning to take off. So we're going to bring the bend back into that front knee, lifting up off the back foot. Begin to square off the hips. And again, hands can come down to those blocks. Extending forward, back. Hips are in line with each other. Feel free to drop that right hip just a little bit if you feel one cheek is higher. And enjoying one more breath. We'll slowly bring that right foot back to the mat, passing through crescent pose, high lunge, lifting those arms up. And then bringing both hands down to the mat, low lunge. So we're going to bring both hands to the inside of the foot, walk that left foot out. Hand can stay on the mat. Bring the earth up to you if you'd like with a block. And then just grabbing that paintbrush with our left hand, taking it up and out and around. So feeling a little more fluidity into our twist as we open over towards our left side. Inhale starts the circle. Exhale, finishes. Inhale, rise. And exhale, circle around. Option to lift that back foot. Catching hand, left hand, right foot. Opening out to the left. Inhale, begin to bring your chest forward. Exhale, opening out to the left. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, either place. Let's move one more round. Releasing the foot, bringing the hand down. And then working our way into our half split. So we'll walk that foot back towards the midline. And then walking your knee and your foot a little further apart. You can kind of test the waters as you begin to straighten up front leg if you want to go further. Extending through the spine. Bowing over the front leg. If you're staying into those half splits. Nice even flow to the breath. Enjoying another breath here. And then we'll slowly begin to make our way out. Bringing knee and foot a little closer together. You can take and extend that left leg behind you. Shake it out, move it around. And then from here, we're gonna come all the way down onto the mat. Belly down. And any variation of locust that felt good in the body, extending the arms, interlacing the fingers, or if you'd like to try Dhanurasana, bow pose, catching the outer ankles, and then allowing the feet to do the work. So drawing the feet back, and then allowing the feet to lift up. Big breath in. Big breath out. Another breath here. Releasing everything down. Bring the forehead to the back of the palms. Allow the hips to soften. And then from here, let's go ahead and press all the way up to seated. And just bringing our legs out in front. So from here, we're going to keep our right leg nice and long. Go ahead and bend your left knee. And so we want to have both kind of butt cheeks down onto the mat. You can feel your sit bones in there. And we're going to take our left foot and either bring it to the inside of the right knee or to the right side, the outside. So just kind of feel what happened in the hips. If all feels good, stay there. If you'd like, you can slide that right foot back towards the hips. And again, if you feel you've tipped over to one side, just re-lengthen that leg out in front. And then anchoring through the hips, we're gonna bring that left hand behind us. And for today, let's take our right hand starting at our heart. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, open that right arm out towards the right. Take a big inhale with this big open space, and then as you exhale, begin to sweep it all the way around, turning towards the left. Hug your left knee in towards the body. So as you hug in, feel that kind of that friction, that ability to be able to lift up and out of the lower back. Pause here for a breath or two. And if you would like, you can begin to slide that elbow to the outside of the knee, palm up, for Ardha Matsyendrasana. And another breath. Slowly begin to unwind forward, bringing both legs out long. And we'll set up the other side. So now the right knee will bend, right foot to the inside or the outside of the left foot. And then left leg can stay extended or curled under. So again, just listening to your hips, one side might still feel tighter than the other, and just go with it. Right hand is going to come behind the body. If for some reason you need a little extra boost here, you could bring a block, a blanket, anything to help bring the earth up to you. And then bringing that left hand to your heart. Take a big inhale, open your left hand out towards the left. And on your next inhale, really open up that chest. And then exhale, turn towards the right. Reach and grab that right knee in towards the body. Hug it in, sit up tall. Crown of the head, reaching up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, opening out towards the right. And then if you would like, bringing that left elbow to the outside of the knee. And again, using that back hand to really press down, help lift up. And then gently unwinding, bringing both legs out long, shake them out. And then coming to the center of your mat, knees are bent. And we're gonna sit up nice and tall, and then keeping the upper back lifted, begin to slowly round your lower back, coming towards the mat, little lower, and then rising right back up. So hands can stay on the legs, and just kind of sliding about halfway down the thighs, and then back up, extend the spine. Exhale, lower back, reaching for the ground. Once more up. And then we'll come all the way down to the mat. Head down on the mat, bringing the knees in towards the chest, so hug them in. And we're gonna take the knees wide apart, ankles are touching. Bring your hands to the inside. You're gonna grab anywhere along the the inseam of the leg or maybe onto the ankles, coming into a reclining cobbler pose, Baddha Konasana. But now maybe just like the big toes are touching, the knees are wide, lower back is fully planted on the mat. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then when you're ready, beginning to set up for our final resting pose, going into Shavasana. Legs extend long on the mat, maybe a little wider than normal. Hands can rest on the belly, can rest beside the body. And let's take 3 full deep breaths together. In through the nose, maybe out through the mouth. 2 more, just like that. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And a last round. And just beginning to notice what points of the body are touching the ground. Are there any places that should be touching that are tense and tight? And if they are, just send your breath into that area. Allowing that space to soften. Nice big breath in. And a big breath out. Pausing into your Shavasana here. Slowly, gently beginning to find a little movement. Maybe wiggling fingers or toes. And then extending the arms up and over the head, reaching from fingertips to toes. Go ahead and roll onto one side of the body. Pausing with the hands underneath the head. And then rising all the way up to seated. Bringing our hands to our heart. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and I will see you soon. Namaste. Bye, everyone.